Methichloroethylazine. Beauty is a booming industry and there are more and more products coming onto the shelves every single day. But how sustainable really is the beauty industry and what are the environmental problems that it faces? Beauty has come under nowhere near as much scrutiny as something like food or fashion has, but there are rumblings of conversations about everything from the huge amount of packaging that beauty uses to the chemicals that go inside the products. When we're talking about beauty, we're talking about everything from makeup to skincare to hair care, sun cream and body scrub and face masks, the whole shebang. 70% of the waste in the beauty industry comes from packaging. So that's because most of the stuff like this is made from plastic and we're really not very good at recycling it. But there are loads of other issues like chemical use, water use, and an all-round lack of transparency. There's a lack of transparency around how the products are made, what's put in them, and it's difficult for us to understand what all of these chemicals mean. First up, I want to find out what's actually inside the stuff that we're using. The language of chemicals is not one that a lot of us really speak, and I think that not knowing what these words mean is adding to a growing confusion around what's inside our beauty products and how sustainable they are. So this isn't a subject that I know a huge amount about, so I've called on some experts to give me a hand. This is Besma, who runs the blog Curiously Conscious. I'll put a link to it so that you can read more about it. And this is Ray, who works with me at Hubbub. We have a lot of chats about sustainable beauty in the office, so we've all come together basically to learn a little bit and try and figure out what is going on in this minefield.
When you look at the back of most beauty products, the ingredients are a little bit confusing, and it took me a lot of Googling to try and understand what ingredients mean, where are they coming from, whether something's synthetic, whether it's natural, whether it's vegan.
So what should we be looking out for if we want to get sustainable beauty products?
It really depends on what your priorities are. So it may be that you're looking to look after the animals and you want to go for cruelty-free products. If you want to be using products that use less synthetics, it would be avoiding things such as mineral oils, basically looking up for ingredients that replace that. So shea butter, for example, is a great one. Coconut oil.
And what is that in a replacement to?
Well, they replace mineral oil.
Right.
And mineral oil comes with so many different names. So it is a bit of a minefield, but you'll find in a lot of moisturisers that they use petrol-based oils. And
oh my goodness,
that's not very good for your skin or the environment. So there are natural alternatives that you can use instead.
And what's the difference between vegan and cruelty-free?
Brilliant question. So vegan products are products which don't use any kind of animal byproduct, and including everything like beeswax, honey, everything along those lines. But cruelty-free means that the product hasn't been tested on animals.
Right. Okay.
So you can have a vegan product that was tested on animals, and at the same time you can have a product that wasn't tested on animals but may contain honey or something along those lines. So yeah, there's so many touch points, but I think it depends on understanding what is important to you, and also that you can't always be perfect. I don't think I found one thing where I'm like, this ticks every single box.
The other thing that I'm interested about is palm oil, because that is a big thing that I've heard about, but more in food, and I really didn't realise that it's also in stuff like shampoo and body wash and all that kind of stuff. Toothpaste.
Yeah. I mean, you can't escape it. Palm oil is incredibly cheap as a oil that comes from a plant-based source, and I think that's why a lot of manufacturers use palm oil, but there are alternatives around that as well. So I've brought along a couple of different items that avoid palm oil altogether. None of this is sponsored, by the way. This is all just me bringing along bits that I have. This is Barbie Beauty, and what they try to do is use things that don't use palm oil. So this one has sesame seed oil, grapeseed oil, jojoba? I'm guessing if that's it. Apricot oil, plum kernel seed oil, everything like that. But they all get around using palm oil. And it's those kind of blends that are particularly a little bit more expensive, but they are better for the environment because palm oil causes deforestation.
What about something like sustainable palm oil? Because I know that brands like Lush still use sustainable palm oil in a lot of their products.
Yeah, so there are kind of certifications for sustainable palm oil. There's the RSPO certification. I did bring this one along. So this is a soap bar that uses palm oil as its first ingredient, but they do say that it is RSPO certified. So they are going a little bit above and beyond just sourcing palm oil. And with that, I think there's more protections around where palm tree farms are grown. and how that oil is produced, so it's not done in a way which causes deforestation or issues with the local kind of environment or biosphere.
Are there any chemicals that we should completely avoid when choosing beauty products?
Things such as SLS in shampoos, that's sodium lauryl sulfate or sodium lauryl sulfate. It's a long-winded word and it's usually the first ingredient in shampoo. It's what causes it to get really frothy in your hair. That comes from palm as well, but it's also really drying for your skin and a lot of people have allergic reactions to it. So avoiding SLS is a big one for me. There's plenty of shampoos out there that don't use SLS and will normally say, we don't use SLS to help you out. You can also use shampoo bars. These guys do a really good shampoo bar. This is the conditioner bar that they have as well. And it's plastic free as well.
I've never used a shampoo or conditioner bar. Is there something you would recommend if you use one in terms of getting used to the no froth feeling?
I think you have to change up your actual shampoo regime. So instead of going for you pour a little bit in your hand, you put it all in your hair and then you just go and it's all foamy. With a shampoo bar, try and concentrate it around your scalp because that's where most of the oils come from. There's no need to try and get it all the way through. No, and actually that's good because it keeps a lot of the natural oils in your hair anyway.
The other thing that we talked about a little bit is waterless products, which is turning into a kind of a big thing because water's becoming scarcer and scarcer and a lot of beauty products have loads of water in them. So have you tried any that you like?
The shampoo bars, conditioner bars, soap bars, they're all traditionally without water and use water to react and then become what you want them to be. Face masks that come as a powder and then you can mix them up with water. So cool. They're pretty handy, they last forever, maybe a year of use.
Natural versus organic. So I've got a lot of products that say natural on them and I have some products that say organic, but I have absolutely no idea what that means.
Organic is a term that's actually protected by law. And in the UK, you'll need to be certified to be organic and to say, this is organic. I believe there's an actual percentage for beauty products that they have to be, I think it's around 70% organic for them to be classified as organic and certified. But you'll find a lot of places will say natural instead. Natural can mean anything. It's not protected, anyone can say it. You'll find there's plenty of places that also say as nature inspired or
will make their packaging really green and leafy and actually there's lots of baddies inside
Absolutely.
It. So what are these?
But I thought I'd bring along some cotton rounds. That's
cotton rounds.
What everyone's calling it. So it's kind of like a cotton pad. You can put on either your makeup cleanser, even nail polish remover, whatever it is you're using. But instead of throwing it away straight after, you can put it in the wash it and then use it again.
Oh, that's great.
From a sustainability perspective, they're great because they replace wipes. And a lot of wipes are made with plastic. If you can find something that's recyclable, reusable, that's going to be better than something you throw away and just wait for it to biodegrade. 5 ways to be more sustainable. It would be consider the packaging. So is it made from plastic? Is it something you can recycle? Consider how long the item actually can last. So items that are waterless are going to last longer than those that are not. Also consider the ingredients. Have a look at what the ingredients say. If you can see, with some of them, they make it incredibly clear what plant materials they use, others aren't so clear. Look for certifications, so organic certification, cruelty-free certification, even B Corp, to a certain extent you can use that. And number 5, just have fun with it. When you're changing things through with beauty, it's so easy to kind of go, everything is made from strange ingredients that I don't know. But actually it's better and more sustainable to use up all the products you have already and slowly replace them with more sustainable options.
So what we've learned is that this really isn't a clear-cut issue. There's still so many studies that need to be done to work out what the environmental impact of the beauty industry is. But there are some really easy things that we can do straight away to make a difference. So first up, choose sustainably sourced ingredients where you can. Second, if you're not sure what a chemical is, Google it, look it up and see what it actually is. And lastly, try and ditch some packaging where you can, so go zero waste or plastic free if it's possible. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next time and don't forget to subscribe to be the first to see the Hubbub videos. And that's the end of the episode. To find out more and to get inspired, head to our website www.hubbub.org.uk, where you'll find loads of top tips to give you the spark to do things differently. Tune in for the next episode and come and join the Hubbub.